Ross, we've seen 25 go through to get on the plane. Is that the number you're taking, or is there more to come?
I'm trying to figure it out myself. It's 25. We're certainly taking 2 over with us. So the team will go on tonight, but fundamentally Crozier's out with an illness, and Spur and Sheridan will fly over as emergencies. So yeah, without preempting too much, that's basically the size of it.
We haven't seen Adam McPhee come through yet. Is he okay?
Yeah, no, he'll be playing. Yeah, there's no surprises. Ballantyne's in, and then there'll be an omission, and with those two, so there's one more omission. So, but Ballantyne will play, and Robertson will come in, and then Spur and Sheridan are the emergencies with Walters, who's making real progress, and we're really close to picking him, so that's quite exciting for him. And so yeah, that's about it.
How close did Stephen Hill and Zach Dawson come?
Yeah, they're pretty close. Not as close as we'd like. So they'll get another week and another opportunity, and we're really hopeful that both of them will get through next week.
Ross, I think it was Peter Bell last night said that Walters hasn't reached his quota or whatever to actually get fit and ready to play. Is that incorrect?
Well, I'm not sure what Peter knows and doesn't know, to be honest. So he's in the 25, so he's pretty close. Playing pretty good form and in pretty good nick. I'm not sure what specifics Peter was talking about, but internally he's come a long, long way. And all done off his own steam. We're certainly, like all our players, giving him what we think is a really good environment and resources to tap into. And he's been, from where he was to where he is now, it's a credit to him. And I've had, ongoing sort of, not dialogue, but working with Michael, as our development coaches are too, and he's really keen, enthusiastic and happy that he's making progress, and for him to play senior football before the end of the year is going to be a great credit to him.
Physically, does he tick all the boxes you need ticked, like as far as physical fitness goes?
Well, he's in the 25, so you would think he's pretty close, yeah. I mean, we wouldn't put him in the 25 if we didn't think he could play AFL footy.
Is it just the spot that he needs to work? I mean, Ballantyne comes back, so it's hard for that small forward role. Is there another spot if Ballantyne continues to
Well,
play?
there's a few small forward roles, but Crozier had been really good, and Neil continues to hold his end up. So, look, we think we've been in reasonable form. 3 quarters last week were fantastic, and we played pretty well against Richmond, and 3 quarters against Adelaide was pretty good as well. So, things are tightening up a little bit. There's some good competition, and it's great to have some, form like Spur and Walters and Sheridan underneath. So we're quite buoyant about, our future prospects and finishing off the second year strong.
I guess, Ross, putting 3 quarters together, you can be competitive, but against Collingwood, I suppose you can't afford to have any laps at all.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely accurate. They are, and look, coaches always talk about the opposition, but the reality is they are a benchmark team of the competition, and I think they won their last 9 in a row, and I went through and they got 16 premiership grand final players playing. So look, you like to play the best and get a measure of where you're at, and we're looking forward to get back to the MCG and similar conditions, sort of wet and cold, and but we'll see the competitors in the team and the club are, and we're pretty keen to give great effort and see where we're at, no doubt about that.
Do you take anything of the way West Coast went about it last Saturday, given different players obviously?
Yeah, look, different personnel and that. Look, West Coast are clearly a good team, and there's a lot of similarities between how teams play these days. So certainly they were up and down West Coast, so you've got to, I think we'll just focus on ourselves really.
Do damp conditions almost suit Fremantle the way they are at the moment, Ross, without those really quick, silky midfielders playing like Morabito?
It all depends what your philosophy is, I suppose. I've come up with a few coaches, and the wet actually brings out the skillful players. It makes a greater disparity. Look at Ackermanis' best footy was in the wet, so speed and skill comes to the fore. And Crozier last time at the MCG was 68 kilos and one of our best players. So sometimes it's on the ground more, so those fleet of foot and clean ball handlers come to the fore. I think you need a balance of the inside hit and the outside spread, and we think we've picked a reasonable team with that. Ballantyne's leg speed coming back in is important, and then clearly, Hill going forward, and Morabito's really close. Clearly the concussion didn't help potential selection of him. So, yeah, as I said, we've picked a team that we think will be up for the fight, and then there's plenty to look forward to going forward.
Will Anthony play this week in the Waffle if there's a Peel game? I don't know if
They got a bye, unfortunately.
So he's
But we can bang a lot of work into him, yeah.
In terms of
But it's certainly hindered his week, hampered his week. You know, he wasn't able to train fully today.
Valentine, learn his lesson, but eager. Do you find that?
Well, I
he's
can't
pretty
speak
eager
for
this week?
Hayden, so proof's in the pudding. He's certainly eager, and would rather have him available. You know, knows having your most talented players in a grandstand through injury or suspension. So, yeah, we'd like to think he can harness his enthusiasm in the right manner and be really productive for us this weekend.
He usually enjoys the big stage, doesn't he? So you're hoping that he...
Oh, I don't. Yeah, big stage. I think they're all big. You know, if you don't do your hard yakka in home and away, they're all big. You only get 4 points for all of them, but certainly against good players and teams measure yourselves against quality. So clearly Collingwood are quality, and let's see what Hayden can bring to the table.
Do you need to tag a couple when you go against Collingwood?
Look, we sort of ran with unusually 2 last week, but a bit of a work-off role as well. And we always sort of set one, and look, they've got so many, you know, where do you start? Sort of Thomas, Swan, Beams is outstanding for us, side bottom, and you know, all those types. So look, we want to keep playing how we want to play and attack the game and take it up as much as we can to Collingwood on their home turf.
Look, some quite good signs for your forward line structure last week.
Yeah.
Do you look to add Hayden in there, or?
Yeah, Hayden will play forward mainly, and we know we can inject him midfield. So certainly big inroads in the front half and movement of the ball, and I think we're finding a nice balance. But as alluded to, we need 4 quarters, no doubt about that.
Just with the defensive setup, have you stuck with Silvani?
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, he's playing. So look, he wasn't at his best last week, so he gets another opportunity to prove his worth and get going, so that's exciting for him.
Is there a fair chance he'll get close?
Well, at some point, they only got the 2 tall forwards and Goldsack, so at some point you think he might have to play on him, yeah.
On a personal note, Ross, 300 games this week knocks up, life membership for yourself, the AFL. How does that make you feel?
Oh, look, I was unaware of it. And look, they're not 300 bona fide games yet. You know, there's a few NAB Cup and all that in there, so look, I think it's something, as I said, you reflect back on it. I feel privileged to be a part of AFL. I certainly take it for granted. The only thing is that, you know, you've got to be able to do the work day in, day out to stay in the system. And at the end of the day, when it's all finished, and it's going to finish, we all finish, I'll be able to take, you know, my young children to the football and enjoy it as a spectator. And, you know, I'm grateful that the AFL has afforded me the opportunity for life membership. And it's a special sport, it's a special organisation, and I am privileged to be a part of it, and I certainly value it.